everyone, and welcome to another Make With Me video. In today's video, I am using supplies that I just got from London Gifties, specifically the junk bundle that she included in her box to me. I am just going to be making pretty little pieces of ephemera that I can use in Happy Mail and my journal using the junk bundle that she sent, which is just filled with a bunch of vintage papers torn out of books. So I really love using papers and pages as a way to decorate my Happy Mail and my journals, and it just creates a lot of texture. There's lots of texts and fonts and languages that can be used, and I just really enjoy that. So I was really excited when I saw that she has included one of her junk bundles. So what I'm just doing quickly is I was just searching through the pile looking for images that I know can be like the centerpiece or the focal point for the little pieces of ephemera that I'm going to be using. And then I pulled out her stamp set and some twine, and I'm just showing you here the three that I have made prior to filming. When I was playing around with these, I was like, this is kind of fun. Maybe I'll film this and inspire someone else to use vintage papers. So I fussy cut a lot of the papers that had images that I liked so that you guys didn't have to see that. And then I'm just going to start tearing. So the whole process for me is just tearing papers and layering them together until they look cohesive. And in the beginning, with this matte print, I kind of struggled a little bit just because it was pretty and I didn't want to cover too much of it up, but it also was too busy to be the center focal piece point. And so yeah, I kind of had to play around with the papers that I had and the textures, and in the end I get it figured out and I like the end result. But yeah, the beginning of it was definitely a little difficult because I just couldn't, I think when I first start a project, if I really don't have a solid idea of what I want to do, it is a little bit difficult to kind of get the wheels turning. When I did the original first three, I was able to play for an hour and kind of figure out and play with all the supplies and not really have to think about it. But when you've got a camera over top of you filming, you have to, there's just a little more pressure. So yeah, in the end, I get it done and I like the end result. I'm just going to layer some of this twine down that was included in the packaging for the junk bundle. And I just saved it by spooling it around an old twine spool that I had. I don't think it ever had twine on it. I think I got a pack of them that I was using for washi samples, and I had a bunch of those left over, so I just used them to hold some of the yarn and twine samples that I get. So I have used her special London Gifties washi tape and to tape that down, and then I'm using this Tombow glue pen and then this Tombow tape runner to kind of glue all the layers down. I'm not a huge fan of that Tombow glue pen. I actually prefer the Prima Planner glue pen more, but I have been having a hard time finding it in stock where I normally get it. And I recently just heard that they have discontinued the item, which is such a huge bummer. I use that Prima Planner glue pen more than I use anything else in my crafting. And yeah, I'm pretty dang sad that I'm having a difficult time to find and that they have been discontinued. I'm hoping they're coming up with a better formula, or maybe they're just taking a break. I don't know, but it really makes me sad that it is discontinued. So anyway, I finished the first one and I'm kind of moving on to the second one with this floral piece being the centerpiece for the whole thing. And there I have just torn one of her postcards because I just love the look of those postage stamps and I really want to add a little more color. So that's what I'm doing. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. The summer is almost over. We only have a few more days until school starts. The boys are registered for school. They're going to be going into first and second grade this year, and I cannot wait for school to start. I love my kids, but I also love having me time. And when you have 4 kids at home that want to eat every 20 minutes, it just gets exhausting. I spend more time in the kitchen than I do anywhere else in the house, and I just need a break. I can get away with feeding Cullen breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but the older two, they're like teenage boys. They just want to snack all day, and they don't want to eat any real meals. They just want to snack through everything, and oh gosh, it's exhausting. And they can get so loud when they start playing, and it wakes the babies up, and then everybody starts screaming. I know moms out there can relate. I am excited for school to go back into session. So anyway, enough of me complaining about my summer life. I finished the second one, and I'm going to move on to the third using this really beautiful, I think it might have even been a book plate. I'm not sure, but they were just these really lovely like scroll-like images on this page, and I love them. And I fussy cut them out with extreme caution because the paper was really, really thin, but they were the perfect piece to add to the centerpiece for this one. And I'm actually going to keep this one super simple because the image is so lovely. I don't want anything else to take away from that. And I think I'm just going to leave it just as it is right there. I'm not going to add anything to it because I just love the simplicity and beauty of it. And here we are going to start, I believe the last one. I think I only make 4 of these. So I'm just trying to use up some of the smaller pieces and to kind of bring in some cohesion with the other pieces that I have already done. So I've layered this little beetle on a piece of paper and put that on the matte print. And I'm going to tuck this little piece of dictionary paper behind it. And I think I end up tearing it to make it a little bit smaller just because a lot of the pieces that I made are pretty big. And if I were actually going to use them in my standard size traveler's notebook, it would take up a pretty big piece of the page. So, I'm going to make another one. So yeah, I really wanted to make a little bit of a smaller piece. So yeah, trying to think if there's anything else I need to update you guys on. Let's see. I am going to be doing, I filmed an office tour this weekend so that you guys can see a look into my office. I know I shared a bunch of my stories on Instagram last month, but I wanted to film like a proper office tour. It's not very good quality. I filmed it with my iPhone on a selfie stick, and I tried really hard not to make anybody sick. But, yeah, I had to kind of do it on the quick side of things just because I have a lot going on, and I just wanted to give you guys kind of a sneak peek into my office and where I create, and I think I show everything in pretty good detail, but I think it'll be fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I filmed 5 videos this past weekend, and none of them were journaling videos, if you can believe it, or mail art videos. It seems to be the basis of my channel recently, and I just wanted to spice things up a little bit and add some new and different content so that I don't get burnt out making the same things over and over again, but that you guys don't get burnt out watching the same kind of content. So I hope that you enjoy all of those videos. If you have any requests for videos, like if you want to see me try something new or you have a question and you'd like to see something, let me know. I have gotten requests in the past, and I wasn't very good at writing them down, but now that I'm interested in changing things up a bit, I would be really interested to see what kind of things you guys would be interested in seeing. So I was desperate to use that stamp set, so I kind of stamped smaller pieces of the stamps and used it as like another layering technique. And look at here, I'm making another one. Another smaller one because I just really need smaller pieces. But yeah, I was really desperate to use that stamp set because I love it so much, but the anatomy stuff is just so difficult for me to to figure out. So I don't know. Hopefully, you know, I will get more creative with being able to use that, because it's just so nice, but it's just so out of my comfort zone. I think I've said that before, but yeah. So yeah, like I said, if you have any requests or questions for me, just leave them in the comments. I always see them. I get the emails, and then I also get the notifications on my YouTube app on my phone. So I always see everything. I may not reply immediately, but I always see it immediately. And I kind of sit down and reply to everything once or twice a week, just because it just gets to be too much to do, every day. But anyway, I'm going to show you all the items that I made, and I hope you guys enjoyed this process, and it encourages you to get creative with making pretty little pieces with old paper. If you have any questions, leave them down below, but that's going to be it for me. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye!